All right, I'm back with the 2006 Mazda 6 2.3 inline 4. Replaced the transistor in the computer. I just want to show you how everything now tests good. So I got the key on, engine off. Got the multimeter connected to battery ground on DC volts. If you remember on the diagram, the white wire coming from the fuse box is 12 volts going through the solenoid, and then it's controlled by the transistor on pin 2J, which is all good now. So now, if you look at the control wire here, and I'm just touching, not piercing into it, I have no voltage there, right? Before we had 4.4 volts, so that proves that it's now fixed. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this lead off my battery negative. I'm gonna hook up my, I didn't really have to take it off, but I'm gonna hook up my test light to battery positive. And if you look here, it's lit up, right? I got the scan tool. Let's leave the camera on that, just like I did before. I'm going into my scan tool. It is normally on, so that's why the light's on. If I turn it off, it goes off. If I turn it on, it goes on, so forth. So that should prove that right there it's working. So I'll take my test light off. Now what I'm gonna do is, I should never unhook this because I need my multimeter for inside the car. Just go to battery negative. We'll leave that unhooked, the connector to the solenoid. Come over to the car here. Got my multimeter hooked back up. My scan tool still connected. And I'm gonna go back to the PCM here. So if I go to that transistor replaced, which is this one, this is the base side. Before we had 4.4 volts in there, we shouldn't have any. If you look, I have no voltage there. If I go to that was the base side. If I go to the control side, obviously it's normally on, should have 4.5, 5 volts to that pin. I got a bad connection, hang on. Right there. 4.5, 5 volts, so that's good. What's important is it's not bleeding over on that gate now like it was before because that transistor is sorted. So back to the base, no voltage. So obviously turn on and off the scan tool, everything works. So that was a fix.